I'm Walter Maxfield Jones. This is a David Charles.Ent production.
What's up, beautiful people? This your boy David Charles, and we at it again up in this piece. And today, I got a special guest for y'all, man. Somebody that I've been so excited to have on board. My dude, Walter Maxfield Jones, host of On Wednesdays, actor, producer, you name it. This man has, he wear a lot of different hats. But what's up, man? How you feeling? How's everything?
I'm good, man.
Hey, man, it's good to have you. Came in here chilling. Appreciate you. Coming to the crib. But I was excited to kind of interview you because from a fan, I've been able to see you kind of do your thing in the DMV for a long time. And it's interesting because I only knew you, as the host of On Wednesdays. But when I did my research, I saw that you wore a lot of different hats. Producer, actor. I was able to look at some of the projects that you've done, and it's dope because I actually was able to see that your talent, it extends far beyond the concept of hosting. But yeah, let's talk to the viewers. Like, tell us a little bit about, like, who is Walter Maxfield Jones in a sense.
I am definitely an artist at heart.
Yes, sir.
But I find things that I enjoy doing and I turn them into businesses.
There you go.
That's pretty much how it works.
Right.
That way I can do what I want to do and make money doing it. That way it never feels like work. It just feels like I'm having fun and living my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So you in the entertainment lane. So I'm kind of trying to figure out like the best. Like when you think about from an acting standpoint, how long have you actually been acting? Since day one.
Like since church plays, since I was like a lamb.
Okay. So you
I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
Dressed as a lamb in the manger.
Oh, for real? Okay.
For real.
That's what's up.
Yeah, started out in church plays. Like my mom was like, "You will be in the church play."
Wow.
And from there, it ended up becoming like a mandatory thing. Like the church expected me to star.
Wow.
In the church play.
Wow. Okay.
And I remember there was one play that I swear I had every other line in the whole play.
So you was doing your thing.
I must have been, I don't know how old I was, somewhere between like 8 and 12. And I remember looking at that script, I was like, this is just way too much, like 90 pages, and I'm every other word, every other line is me. And I really thought it was just way too much for me to tackle at that age. And my mom was like, oh, you gonna do it.
You gonna do it.
And I did it. The Christmas and Easter.
Yeah.
It's from like 5 years old up until maybe about 12 or 13. And I remember that last play, I was like, I am not doing any more church plays. Like,
wow.
I'm done with church plays. And mind you, I was doing church plays.
Right.
I was doing school plays as well.
Right.
And by the time I got to high school, I felt like I was too cool for a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I left. I stopped being in the. I stopped doing the plays. Ended up being in the church choir.
There you go.
School choir, school plays.
Yeah.
And I went to a school that had a large performing arts program.
Which one was that?
Grant Union High School.
Okay. Okay. You got it.
In Sacramento, California.
Okay. So to my understanding, because I thought the whole time that you was from Baltimore, but then I did some research, and then I thought you were from DC. But come to find out, you're not from Baltimore, DC.
No, I'm from California.
From
man.
Cali.
Cali boy,
okay. So what part of Cali?
Sacramento.
Oh, that's awesome.
Northern California.
Okay.
Didn't go to the best of schools, man. I went to the hood school.
Oh, okay.
Like the second worst school in the state of California.
Wow.
So if you can imagine state of California being Baltimore down to Florida.
Wow.
Big, California's a big state.
Right.
Second worst school.
Wow.
From Baltimore down to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, Grant was a rough school.
Wow. Okay.
But for us, it just seemed like home. Like we wouldn't.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun to us.
Yeah.
It was dangerous, but it was.
Yeah.
But, it was fun. But
Yeah.
the performing arts program there was phenomenal. And shout out to Miss Roberts.
Okay.
She took care of me in more ways than one.
There you go.
I used to be able to hide in her classroom when stuff was going down. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think everybody had one of those two. So that was kind of where the acting and everything kind of home. So
we did musicals. We were doing Fame. We did Raisin in the Sun.
What?
Yeah.
I remember all that. So let me ask you your preference, right?
Okay.
So as an actor, is your preference, if you were given the choice to do a villain or to be the good guy, what would Walter do if you had the choice?
It depends.
Okay.
And I say it depends because it depends on, as an actor, if you're building a brand, you always want to be the hero.
Okay. Okay.
But being a good guy doesn't necessarily mean that you're the hero.
Exactly.
That
exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah,
you
no
could
doubt.
Just be a good guy in the movie or in the
Right.
series, whatever.
Right.
If I'm a villain, being a villain is easier.
Right. Okay.
There's less thought process.
Right.
So if I have a preference, I'll probably say the villain.
A villain. Okay. Yeah.
Just because I try to approach a villain in a way that I want you to understand why he's doing what he's doing. I want you to love to hate him.
Yeah.
I want you to enjoy him. Like every time, like if I'm a villain, I want you to just be waiting for me. You're just waiting for my scene to come. Like Heath Ledger, best villain of all time.
Okay. Okay.
The Joker.
Right.
You can watch The Dark Knight over and over again, right?
Right.
Everybody's performance in that movie is good, but all you're waiting for is the Joker.
Is the Joker. You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean? So it just depends on the character development. If you're the good guy, there's so much more to think about.
Yeah.
A good guy, he's emotional, he loves people, he has a conscience.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. Where a villain you can imagine like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
He's selfish.
Right.
All he cares about is what he wants, when he wants it, right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's more fun to play the villain because there's less thought process.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you said that because, doing a little research and I was watching some, and I can't remember. You got to kind of school me. The name of the Anna. What was
Anacostia.
Anacostia.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
Anacostia.
Anacostia. Yeah, so I've definitely. So you play a villain in that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Anacostia, the web series.
Yeah.
You can look that up. Anacostia, the web series. We've been nominated for 3 Emmys.
Wow.
I think an Emmy each year for the past 3 years.
Right.
Shout out to Anthony Anderson, writer, director, producer. And when he called me for the role, he actually cast me as the good guy. I was supposed to be this perfect husband.
Right.
I think my wife might have been an alcoholic, and I was going to stand by her through the whole thing.
Okay.
And but prior to that, I had maybe 4 or 5 movie roles, and I was the good guy. I was always the perfect husband, the doctor, the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of being the good guy. I was like, I want to be the bad guy. He was like, I don't think you can pull it off.
For real?
That pissed me off, y'all. I was like, what do you mean you don't think? He's like, well, you're too nice. Like, I don't think you can be the bad guy. And I was like, man, let me audition for it. Let me get a shot.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I gotta cast this thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast a good guy. And if you don't come in here and kill it, then you won't be in the series at all.
Wow.
And I was like, man, and I put it in my, I got he emailed me the sides. And I remember I showed up to the audition in character. It was one of the few times I've actually done that. Usually I show up to auditions, I'm all happy, shaking everybody's hands, and then I get myself, ready to go.
Okay.
At this audition, I showed up in character. I was being an asshole to the woman at the front desk. I'm being an asshole to all the actors that are there to audition. Like you guys might as well go home. This joint is mine,
Yeah.
And I went in, I did the audition with Tamika Chavis, who is a phenomenal actress. She plays Mia, my wife, on the web series. And we did a very emotional scene. And I think it's a scene, it's either in episode 1 or 2 of the first season.
Okay.
And at the end of the audition, by the time we finished reading the side, she was crying and she walked out.
Wow.
She was like, that was too real.
Wow.
And they were like, okay, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
And even the woman at the front, when I left, the woman, I was walking out the door and I heard the woman at the front, who was at the front desk, tell Anthony, that's Michael. He's an actor. I was like, yeah. So.
Yeah, you definitely, and I will say, like, you definitely nailed the bad guy or that joke, because because it was a couple times I said he's a fucked up nigga when I was.
But you know what's crazy? I wanted people to still like him though. Yeah. I wanted people to still love him. I didn't just want to be bad. I wanted people to understand. Right. Why I was bad, what my thought process was. Okay. And there's everybody, like, every once in a while when you're really upset, right, you're the asshole in you comes out. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time you're trying to be politically correct, right, but every once in a while you're upset and that asshole comes out and it feels good. You know? Yeah, it feels good to let it go, right? All of a sudden people start jumping and doing what you're telling them to do because you're, and it's just tapping into that. There's a piece of that in everybody. Right. And it's just a matter of, can you tap into that and, don't let that go to your head when you actually start applying that in real life. Wow. It's definitely fun. I've definitely added a little bit of Michael in my real life here and there. Yeah, and
that was kind of my next question is, like, as far as, like, how much of Michael is actually Walter? Like, I mean, what's the similarities in your personality from Michael and who you are?
Not a lot.
Not a lot?
Not a lot. Okay. I genuinely try to be a nice guy. I genuinely shy away from confrontation. Right. I will, if it's not affecting somebody that I love, I'll let it go.
Right, I got you.
You know what I mean? I really don't like confrontation that much. Right. Because I know that once I get pushed to a certain limit, right, you're going to have to hold me back.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I mean, right.
It's like I don't know, that anger management.
There you go.
Where he's like, you're not dealing with your anger management. Right. Right. He's like, you need to let it out. Right. I will suppress my anger. I will suppress, everything until I can't. And once that flip switches, it's all bad. So,
it's over.
So for the most part, I walk away from anything as long as it's directed towards me. I can walk away from it.
Gotcha.
But if it's towards somebody that I love,
there you go. I'm the same way. Yeah.
You better watch out. Like, they're gonna literally have to pull me off of you. Plus, So, I try to stay away from. So there's not a lot of Michael in me, but there's some.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's some, and it's me after I hit that. Right. After I hit that threshold. Right. Where I don't care. Where I stop caring about your feelings.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's what that is.
So what season are you on what now?
I think we're on season 6 now.
Okay, when you actually going, like, are you in production now? Or?
We're in pre-production.
Pre-production, okay.
Pre-production, yeah. So I'd probably say we'll probably start filming around November, December.
Okay, so that's
the first episodes will probably come out like early January, something like that.
Okay, so how did the transition? How did you get involved with Warm Wednesdays? Because that's originally how I met you, is through hosting Warm Wednesdays. Because I mean, I used to go there faithfully whenever I could go down to Warm Wednesdays, because
Wednesdays was like church.
Yeah, it was. Exactly. Yep.
The abbreviated version was I was a songwriter.
Okay.
For a long time, I was a songwriter in high school, and signed, a record label, the whole thing. Awesome. And got to college, left the singing group that I was in, went to college. Right. And still kept songwriting. One of my friends was like, man, like, singing one of my songs around the house. My roommate was singing one of my songs around the house, and he was like, man, I can't get this song out of my mind. I can't remember who wrote it. Right. And I just started cracking up. That's my song. He was like, you got to do something with this one. You just can't be sitting on this music. And so my boy Taz was promoting. I think he was promoting at Republic Gardens at the time, and was asking me to be a promoter. And I was like, you know what? If he can promote, I can promote. I think I'm gonna do it in Baltimore instead of doing it in DC. Right. And I wanted to create a venue that I could test my songs out on people. Right. And just to make sure I wasn't the only person feeling myself.
Right. You got it.
And I think D Chase had a venue on Calvert Street.
Right.
I can't remember the name of it right now. I just had a blank. But D. Chase had a poetry venue on Calvert Street. I went down there and packed. It was vibe. You know, they had like 10-cent chicken wings or something. It was
Okay.
but nobody was listening to the poets.
Oh, okay.
Like everybody was just, it was like, you know, everybody was just vibing and there were poets performing and people singing, but nobody was listening. I was like, this would be dope if people actually was listening to it, because these people are really talented. But nobody's paying them attention.
Right.
And at the time when you thought about poetry, people were like, yeah, I don't want to be depressed.
Yeah.
I don't want to go sit down and be depressed and listen to somebody say some stuff that only they know what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
They're talking about the inside of their house. I don't know what the inside of your house is like. And so I was like, mine's going to be different. I was like, I want to do a open mic. Originally I had a band in mind, but you know I ended up with a DJ. I was like, I want to do an open mic, and I want to have an after party after.
Okay.
And people was like, how you gonna have a poetry event and an after party? Plus, bro, only like 10 people show up to poetry events.
Right.
And I was like, I'll do it different. I'm gonna promote my poetry event like it's a party. Like I'm not gonna go to poetry events to promote my poetry.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to clubs and the mall.
Right.
Because the people don't know that they like this.
Right, okay.
You know, I got to get them to show up so they can be like, oh, this is dope.
Right.
If you have poets at the poetry event, you preaching to the choir.
You're right.
You need to have people that's never been to a poetry event there.
Right.
So that's how I promoted it. And it started getting so packed. Actually, it was empty. My first partners, Dimitri and DJ Scientific, after about 3 months of an empty club, they quit on me.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah. And I found the venue with Solomon. Like I said, it's a long story. I'll keep the story short. But I convinced Solomon.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
He had an Ethiopian restaurant. I told him I could make you more money between 6 and 10 than you can make all day selling food.
I hear that.
And eventually, it ended up being more of a happy hour. People weren't showing up for the poetry. But I called a stockbroker up, and I told him, listen, I need you to bring as many stockbroker friends as you can. Because I know stockbrokers, they can, you know, use their company card to buy drinks.
Yeah, you spend
and
money.
Most of them are alcoholics anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's so stressful.
Right.
So I was like, listen, I need you to bring as many stockbrokers as you can.
Okay.
To my little happy hour because I got all these models here and there's like no dudes. And my boy was like, what? It's like, dude, I'm gonna come at least 10 deep. Cool.
Right.
Called up my girl Natasha, who's now like the event planner for BET.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, she had a modeling agency called Gemini Models. I said, listen, I got all these stockbrokers here. They all make millions of dollars, and there's no women. I need you to bring as many models as you can.
Oh, okay. It's that. Okay. I see what you're doing.
They ended up coming. I think she brought like 20 models. He brought like 10 dudes, and the dudes saw the beautiful women. They bought out the bar. Solomon was like, yo, you can do this every Wednesday if you want.
Wow.
One of my friends recommended Dimitri. Dimitri was already like throwing homecoming parties and stuff. DJ Scientific was already, you know, doing this thing. They came on board, but after a while, we wasn't making no money. Dimitri had a kid. He bailed. DJ Scientific was like, yo, I can't be carrying all these speakers and everything for free.
Yeah.
And they recommended Bassman.
Mm-hmm.
And Bassman, I think Bassman's god brother is DJ Little Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And Bassman was on 92Q.
Wow.
So I was like, perfect. I'm going to get free radio advertising. He has his own, you know.
Yeah.
Late night with the Bassman. You know, call him Baby Little. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, great. I'm going to get free advertising because he's, you know, a DJ on 92Q. DJ Lil Mike was a young upcoming DJ, but he was hot. Like he was a hot DJ to be so young.
Right.
And a week later, Bassman got fired. I was like, I just brought on a business partner. I got to split this money. He ain't even on the radio.
Oh man.
But man, he ended up being really close friends, and so that time was invaluable. He ended up hosting the show, and I was more like, you know, going around the audience like, hey, how you doing? You having a good time? Let me buy you a drink. What's y'all having fun? Right. So I'm like greeting people at the door, and that was like part of the vibe, like giving people hugs at the door, like, yo, Warm Wednesdays is all about love, and just come in, have a good time, and do what you want. There was a loft, and there was an atrium in the back, so if you wasn't in the poetry, you go into the back and be in the atrium, or you go to the loft. Yep. People that wanted to pay attention, paid attention. We'd get like 300 people for poetry.
Wow.
And then after the poetry was done, like 200 people would leave, and there'd be another 200 people coming in the door.
Wow.
for the after party.
Wow.
So the after party was like an event in itself.
I remember
And
that.
yeah, so it was it just ended up being a thing. And for a while, I thought it was like the hottest thing in Baltimore for a while, for a good 5-6 years. It was crazy.
Yeah, because y'all did it consistently.
Consistently. Warm Wednesdays is more than a spoken word venue. Warm Wednesdays is a movement.
Right.
You know, we had politicians. If you were running for anything in Baltimore at one point, you had to come to Warm Wednesdays and talk, because everything's grassroots, right?
Right, no
and
doubt.
Who's more grassroots than poets? Who are the activists in the community? They're going to be at the poetry venue.
Yeah.
You know, people that can rally the troops is going to be in the poetry venue.
Right.
And I mean, like Elijah Cummings would come and give a speech whenever he was running for something.
Right.
Mayor O'Malley came. You know. Oh, my girl, man, her name just escaped me, but she's running for mayor right now. Man, she's gonna be so mad at me, I can't think of her name. But she came to Warm Wednesdays at the reunion that we just had on the 21st.
Right.
She came to Warm Wednesdays and gave her mayoral announcement.
Wow.
You know, so Warm Wednesdays, it's a family, man. Like, the Warm Wednesdays reunion felt like a family reunion that everybody showed up to, and it was incredible. So it's not just a venue. It's a family at this point. It's definitely it's an energy.
Yeah.
And I can't describe it. It's I was high. I literally felt high for about 2 days after the Warm Wednesdays reunion.
Oh, for real? For real?
Just grinning from ear to ear.
Yes, I mean, you know, I think we need to put that out in the atmosphere, man. We need to get that thing going back again, man.
We're gonna do a little something. We're gonna bring it back a little. I'm not definitely not gonna let 4 years go by without it.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know, when you think about it, on the entertainment scene, I mean, you got the typical, you know, ladies get in before 11, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing in Baltimore City. But Warm Wednesdays was something different.
Warm Wednesdays was different. I feel like we discovered people, man. Like I said, there was like Raheem Devon, Vivian Green, Heather Headley, Music Soul Child, Craig David, Jill Scott. I mean,
they came
Jaguar
to
Wright.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of some people that whole neo soul movement.
Yeah.
All came through Warm Wednesdays at some point.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
And that's crazy, man. So, you know, we definitely got to get Warm Wednesdays back in the city. But I mean, you know, we gonna you know, you
April Sampay. Sorry. Shout out to April. She came and rocked.
Shout out.
Edie, all I can't mention everybody that performed last Wednesday, but it was a phenomenal show, man.
Big love. We got to keep that going, man. But you know, you do other things too. So you know, from doing research, you also do boxing training. And how you get into
and I was a slap boxing champion in my hood.
Okay.
Well, I was a little dude, but I was scrappy.
Yeah, okay.
And so I always wanted to box, but my mom used to tell me, she said, boxing is for dummies, man. She's like, you got a good brain on your head. Why would you want to get it knocked around?
Right.
But I always wanted to box, man. My Uncle Fernando gave me a pair of boxing shorts when I was like, boxing trunks when I was like 4.
Right.
And I studied Muhammad and Sugar Ray, and you know.
Wow.
Growing up, I was like, I always wanted to fight. And right around, I guess around when I got a little older and, you know, could make my own decisions, I was like, I got a little out of shape after college.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I think we all did.
Right. And I was like, yeah, I want to get back in shape. And I went to the boxing gym and fell in love.
Yeah.
And started boxing and just became a gym rat, like every day.
Wow.
3-4 hours a day.
And
you know, I started out in a pro gym. I didn't go to it. I didn't know.
Right.
That, you know, I was in a pro gym. I just thought it was a gym.
Right.
Come to find out, you know, Chop Corley would come and
Wow.
spar when he was getting ready for his championship fight. Sean
Right.
Bay Mitchell,
Yeah.
William Joppy.
Was it
all
round
co-
one? Was it round one?
No, it was Charles Mooney had a gym.
Okay.
And Charles Mooney was on the '76 Olympic team with Sugar Ray Leonard.
Wow.
That was the Olympic team that everybody won a medal. Everybody won a gold medal except Charles. And the reason why he came in, the reason why he got a silver, he had 102, 103, maybe degree fever. And he, knowing him, he probably said it was 104.
Right.
And he still fought with the fever.
Wow.
But, you know, have him say he was better than Sugar Ray. He was like, I was better than Sugar Ray. I was faster. I catch you between the blinks. I can time your blink and catch you between the blinks.
Oh, wow.
You don't even know what hit you. You don't
that's
see my hand
fast.
coming back.
Yeah. That's
And so yeah, so he was my first trainer. And man, yeah, he was like a drill sergeant, and I was crazy enough to be in there every day, and I just put in my mind that I was gonna be the best person in that gym.
There you go.
And I remember I lost like 30 pounds in 3 months.
Wow.
And next thing I know, I'm in the ring with people that's on HBO. Like I'm in the ring with people that's going on pay-per-view.
Wow.
And I'm holding my own.
Okay.
You know, and it took a while. Don't get me wrong. First 2-3 years, I was getting my ass beat.
Oh yeah, that's normally
I
how it
was
works.
going to work with black eyes. People's like, yo, what happened to you? Did you get robbed? Like, I'm like, nah, I'm boxing. Why? Why are you doing this to you? It's like literally I was going to work like it was Fight Club.
Wow.
And I didn't care. And I was a business developer, so I'm landing accounts and stuff with black eyes, busted lips, looking like I'm just getting killed.
Right.
But one day I had a dream, and it's kind of like, you know, Neo in the Matrix where he downloaded like, whoa, I know Kung Fu.
Right.
I had a dream about every time I sparred. It was a nightmare, really. About every time that I sparred. And in the dream, everybody was moving in regular speed. I was moving in slow motion.
Right.
And I could see everything that they were doing before they were doing it, but I couldn't avoid it.
Wow.
And the next day I woke up, and I was like, I can fight.
Okay.
I went to the gym. Now, mind you, the 2 days before, 2 black eyes, busted lip, bloody nose. I couldn't chew.
Right.
Like I'm literally tearing pieces of chicken and shoving it. Like, I couldn't open my mouth enough to chew. And then my coach was like, "Yo, take a week off, 2 weeks off. Like you got your ass beat."
Right. Okay.
I remember Darnell Dingaling Man Wilson beat the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, I remember Darnell.
Yeah. I was his sparring partner.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a big puncher.
What? He had like ESPN knockout of the year, like a couple years. Like,
Yeah.
He could knock you out. He was like a little baby Tyson.
Yeah.
And man, he beat the shit out of me.
He was on a contender.
I think he might have been.
Wow.
And I went into the gym and I was like, "Put me in the ring, coach." He was like,
right. Okay.
And I was like, "No, I need to get in the ring." And he's like, "All right." Put the mouthpiece in, and I'm not. You don't talk about, you know, you're not supposed to talk about what happens in sparring. Let's just put it this way. He had a fight scheduled like 2 weeks out. He canceled this fight.
Wow. Okay, so you got with him like that.
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, I can read in between the lines.
It was. I went from getting hit a lot to not getting hit at all.
Oh, okay. The sweet science.
Like I went from him beating the shit out of me and damn near landing every punch. Within a day, 2 days later, like you can't hit me. Like I can stand right in front of you and you won't be able to hit me.
Okay.
And once that clicked, everything changed, and I've been fighting ever since. And you know.
Okay. You ain't been getting touched. Okay, I got you.
You know.
So how did you transition to like training? How did you
Coaching?
Yeah.
I stopped fighting for. I mean, you know, fighting is a young man's sport.
Right.
And so I stopped for a few years. I got married. My wife passed away. And
Oh
some
my
other stuff
goodness.
happened.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And so I stopped fighting for about four or 5 years, and it was therapy for me. I had to get back in the ring. I had to not in the ring, but I had to get back in the gym.
Right.
Hitting the bags, the discipline, the rhythm,
Right.
the environment, and like I said, I find things I enjoy doing and I turn them into a business.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna pay for a gym membership when I have this knowledge base.
Oh yeah.
So I went to a gym and said, "Listen, you guys have a boxing program here, or you guys, you know, LA? I think it might have been a LA boxing or something like that." And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let me coach." They were like, "How do we know you can fight?" And I was like, "Put me in the ring with anybody you got."
Okay. There you go.
And like, who's the best trainer you got here? Who's the best boxer you got in this joint? I'll whoop them up real quick.
Yeah.
And I got in the ring with their head trainer, coach, who was like a 3-time Silver Glove champion, and you know, Show them what I could
Work
do.
them out. Okay.
Worked them out. And they were like, okay, you can be a coach here. I always, like I said, I always find a way to turn something into money. So I was like, instead of me paying for a gym membership, you're going to pay me to be at your gym.
Yeah.
And so even if I only teach 1 day a week, I get the other 6 days for free.
Yeah. There you go.
And so that's kind of how it started. And now I'm at Knockout in Baltimore in Fed Hill.
Right.
And I'm helping to train, right now I'm helping to train 2 pros.
Okay.
And I think we got about 3 amateurs that are fighting now. So, but I just felt the need to pass down that knowledge, man. I can't stay away. Once you start boxing and you love it, you can't stay away from it. Even if you're not fighting, you got to be involved in some, like, if you, there's nothing like boxing, man. There's nothing like the sweet science. You can't stay away from it. And it's just, I can't
there you go.
leave it.
And that's your passion. Yeah, so that's awesome. I mean, because you do a lot, man. You know, so it's, you know, I'm trying to get as much from you as I possibly can.
The curse of a boxer is you always feel like you got one more fight left in you.
Oh, yeah.
That's the curse, man.
Yeah, it is.
While you watching stuff, you either watching somebody in the ring or you watching TV, and you're like, I could get him.
I could beat him. Yep, you're absolutely right. So, you know, let's transition into the sex show. You know, So I mean, I know
about beating it up.
Yeah. So I know that you got a show that that you guys do, and you say it's moving around, it's growing in popularity. Could you kind of give our viewers a little bit of an understanding of what it is?
The sex show is a high energy pop erotica experience.
Okay.
It's sexually based, of course.
Yeah.
Sex show.
There you go.
Nobody's actually having sex on stage.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
But it's like erotic poetry.
Oh, okay.
BDSM demonstrations.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Comedy, singing, and a lot of audience participation. We take a lot of volunteers in and out the audience. So and in between each and every act, it's a party. Like, even if we're only partying for 30, 40 seconds in between each person.
Yeah.
Everybody's up on their feet. They're twerking. They're giving each other lap dances. The sex show can get wild. It's such a high-charged event, sexually charged event. I mean, you can come by yourself.
Right.
You can come with your girls.
Yeah.
If you're a guy, you can come alone. You can come with your boys.
Right.
You can come as a couple.
Right.
You know, if you're a dude and you bring a girl on the first date, you probably gonna smash on that first date. We gonna set them up. All you gotta do is knock it down. It's so sexual.
Okay.
She's gonna be ready by the end of the show.
Okay.
If you're a girl, if you're a guy and you bring a girl, you might leave with 2 girls. You know.
Okay.
It's just however you want to roll. If you're a girl, you come with your girls, you might leave with more girls. I don't know. It's a judgment free. It's a judgment-free environment,
right,
where you can experiment and do whatever you wanted to do, without worrying about reputation or anything like it. It's open. It's open-minded people it's adults having a great time.
Okay.
You know, and that's really all it boils down to. It's not, people think that it's all this crazy freaky stuff. There's a little freaky stuff. Right. But it's in a way that, you can participate or you can't participate. You can observe or you can participate. But it's a show. At the end of the day, it's still like.
Okay.
It's oh my God! It's what. So by the end of it, people popping bottles in the back, of this VIP table. So it's a show. Yeah. But it's just high energy and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
So is it safe to say it's like sex-based entertainment?
It's sex-based entertainment.
Right.
Yes. And right now we're in Baltimore, Charlotte, North Carolina, Columbia, and Charleston, South Carolina. We just added Tampa, and I think we're about to add DC and New Orleans.
Oh, so is this like when do you how often do you do them? Especially in I need to be at the next one.
Yeah, like once every other month. Next one's October 5th.
October 5th. So you definitely got to plug that. So we got to make sure that the viewers come out to the one on October the 5th, man.
Yes.
It sounds like fun, man.
Yeah, follow me at What Walk Can Do. You'll get all the information.
Yeah, so and how long has the sex show been going on?
3-4 years now.
3-4 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
We sell out. Yeah, we sell out every show.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like fire, man. You
We
know.
sell out every show,
Yeah, so just to let people know, like, I mean, what should we be expecting from Walt in the future? Like, where do we
man.
reach you? Like,
Wow. Okay. In the future, like I said, coming up, I have a play called Waldy Street that I'm starring in. That's September 8th. And if you go to my IG, What Walt Can Do, there's a link to the tickets in the bio right now. Sex show is going to be October 5th. And Acosti is coming up, the new season, probably going to start in, probably released in January. I have a couple fighters fighting in September and October.
so you
We're
rock.
getting ready for my IT company is booming. Like everything's moving on all cylinders, man. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm leaving out, but like I said, I just find things that I enjoy doing, and I figure out how to make money doing it, man.
Absolutely,
We're just
man.
having a good time doing. Life is fantastic, man.
Yeah, that's amazing,
Having a
man.
good time.
But
Warm Wednesdays. The next Warm Wednesdays. I believe we have the night before Thanksgiving lockdown, so that way we can stay and party all night without people worrying about going to work the next day. So the night before Thanksgiving is going to be the next Warm Wednesdays. All-star lineup again. It'll be great. It'll be incredible.
Yeah, so you heard it. You heard it here first on on David Charles.Ent Network. So yeah, man. So man, I want to thank you for coming to my home. It was a pleasure, man.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, and I really and I can't wait to see what you got coming up next for us, man. Wish you much love, man. You take care.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
This is a David Charles.Ent production.